Merci Ali.
Vous servez des tasses maintenant?
Je sais pas, c'est tout ce qu'on peut faire, je suis désolée.
Les économies budgétaires.
We have already seen the first signs of increased prices on the market. That's the first reaction. And then we have also seen a number of people in the north going to the south because services cannot really be resumed in the north. And obviously with the blockades, you can even less resume these services. So I think the more we go ahead, the more we will see the impact increasing on the population, and obviously the risk after a while is that we go back to situation we experienced months ago about deepening hunger in the Gaza Strip. It is critical that the aid is allowed into Gaza again. I don't know what the real intent is, but whatever the intent is, it's clearly a weaponization of humanitarian aid into Gaza. If you block all the entry point, you create a situation of where you use basic humanitarian assistance and food as an instrument to achieve a political goal or a military goal, which is contrary to any international humanitarian norm. Forces, which started 6 weeks ago, is severely impacting Palestinians. I think the intention we will know certainly in the coming days or coming weeks. We hear in the media that it has a political intent. Will it achieve it or not? No one really knows at this stage. But basically, we are back to a situation which prevailed at the beginning of the war, when there was a total siege imposed on Gaza, and we have seen the situation deteriorating very, very quickly. For the immediate, unconditional. UNRWA is replaceable by empowered, prepared Palestinian institution. We are within a Palestinian state. We are replaceable by public institution. You have absolutely no UN agency geared to provide direct public services at scale like we do. Have been nearly empty, displacing around 40,000 Palestinians.
On the situation in UNRWA. I will say that just 2 weeks ago, we, the State of Israel, are working to find substitute to the work of UNRWA inside Gaza, and we can see a lot of alternative to UNRWA. A lot of other agencies, NGOs, can take over the work that UNRWA has been doing in Gaza. Analyzing of these legislations, the scope of these legislations. While we are meeting here this afternoon, it's not us considering, but encouraging the UN agencies and NGOs to take over, each one in its own field that they specialize in. So I'm not going to say it's this specific one is going to take over this, but generally speaking to many agencies, like the World Food Programme that deals with food, other deal with other issues. So in each field, there's been, in the last few weeks, even 2 months, there's been serious work from the Israeli office, coordination office for the territories, COGAT, working with the different agencies and making sure that the people of Gaza will not suffer because of this change from UNRWA to other agencies. Forces that have been in Gaza have retrieved millions of documents. The electricity cut is to the desalination place and not to the private individuals, and water should not be affected from that, water consumption in Gaza. And how long it will take continue, I do not know to tell you at this stage. I will say that despite a lot of pressure in Israel, water and electricity was continuing to be provided throughout from 7th of October. I even remember that shortly after the war began, Israeli technicians went in to fix pipes of water that were damaged from the war going on. By the terror organizations, by Hamas, by Islamic